Well, it's that time of year again, folks. The time of the year where I count down my favorite clips from the year. And although some are paranormal and some are cryptid-based, all of them are interesting nonetheless. So, without further ado, I now present to you today's feature presentation.
Number 1. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Paranormal Nomad. And in this video, somebody's walking through a graveyard when they spot what seems to be a statue moving at night. It could just be the trick of the light as this thing's far away, and sometimes our brains imagine these things happening. But then again, aside from the shaky cam, this thing does look like it's moving. Personally, to me, that's terrifying if it's real, but this doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal. This very well could be just somebody in a suit or a costume being filmed from a distance. This could easily be planned. But, I don't know. Looking at the still shots here, it definitely looks like it is moving. What do you guys think? Is this a hoax, or is this real?
Hey, are my eyes playing tricks on me? I could have sworn I saw the arm go up. Whoa, wait, no way. Did anybody, wait. The arm right there.
Number 2. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Polibe_Figura. So this is a strange one. We've got a man sitting somewhere. I assume it's in an abandoned building, possibly. We've got a man, though, sitting here being filmed by what I can assume is his friend when there's something moving behind him. And at first he doesn't seem to notice it or seem to care. But after it's pointed out to him, he decides to turn around and look. And it's when it disappears that you go, oh, what the hell was that? It doesn't look like any ghost I've ever seen, but there's definitely something behind him. Now, it's possible this could all be edited and that somebody is behind the wall messing with us, but the quick movement here would lead me to believe that that's not the case. I don't think this is edited. This is one quick, swift clip. What was behind him, I do not know, but that shit seemed pretty paranormal to me. Number 3. This video is brought to us by TikTok user MidnightHowl.kga. And in this video, we have somebody who seemingly is exploring an abandoned property when they come across a very old, dirty mirror. And as they focus themselves in the mirror and maneuver their light to shine against the ceiling, the room lights up, revealing that they're not entirely alone in this reflection. But as they turn around to capture on camera whatever's behind them, it vanishes. Now, is it possible this is just a friend in a mask? Maybe. Is it possible they captured what could be a ghost or demon on camera? Perhaps. Do I have an explanation for this? Not entirely. I'll leave it up to you to decide for yourself. The hair on the forehead of the face behind their shoulder reminded me of something of one of the clown masks you could buy from a local Halloween store in the spooky season. But then again, that doesn't mean for certain that's what it is.
حمدي، انت هون. اذا انت هون اظهر لي. اذا انت موجود هون اظهر لي. اعطيني اي ظهور انك انت موجود. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء. بسم الله.
Number 4. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Cosmos Collections. And in this video, we have somebody on a news channel who seems to be sitting what I can only assume is in front of a green screen when they start to have a real facial glitch here. Now, it's very possible that this is just a camera error, but you gotta really stop and wonder, why is it always just the face? Anytime this happens to somebody on the news, it's always just their face, and it's usually just one reporter, because it's going to cut over to other people and they look fine. What this is described as is liquid crystallization. And what's happening here is that the cloaking technology that the lizard people use starts to malfunction, and you can almost start to see the shape of the actual face hidden underneath.
Promise. Tell them about the man who hid me, Mommy. Tell them about the man who hid me. And let everyone be at peace. It's okay. To my grandma, I want to say you love your kids so much, and thank you for the teddy bear you gave me. Mommy, promise me you won't cry. Be happy, not trapped. And don't try so hard for someone to love you. Don't push them away either, and don't cry about not being loved by Tony.
Number 5.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user The Spectral Truth. In this clip, we have somebody out for a late night walk in the woods, or maybe their backyard. Tough to tell from this context. And essentially, as they're exploring, they come across what seems to be a close-up shot of Bigfoot. Now, it seems like they're using night vision here, hence why everything's gray, so would have been nice to see with color, maybe like what the flash looked like, just so we could see what color its fur was, but it's a very short encounter. Then come across it, its eyes glow, and then it takes off. To me, it's a little too short to be Bigfoot. I feel like actual Bigfoot would tower over this person, but this could be a juvenile. I'll let you guys decide in the comments below. Is this the real deal, or is this somebody in a costume? For me, it's tough to decide, even when brightening it. I don't know, those eyes are glowing. What do you guys think?
What the fuck is that?
Number 6.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Vegan Ninja. The name's spelled weird, but it's supposed to be Vegan Ninja from what I can decipher. So this is a clip of a Roe v. Wade protest that happened about 2 years ago when the Supreme Court overturned the right to abortion for women's health care needs. And if you pay attention to the crowd, there seems to be a dark shadow racing through these people. Now, this could be an optical illusion, or it very much could be a spirit that thrives on hate, and it was siphoning off as much hate as it could from this crowd of people who were ready to tear the SCOTUS apart. This isn't the first time I've heard of spirits that siphon off people's feelings, and there was a lot of energy in this area with these people, so I don't know, what do you think? Do you think this is possibly a lens flare, or did we catch a specter basking in the frustration of a collective group? I'll leave it up to you to comment down below and share your opinion.
See that? What is that?
Words or voice, prepared statements on loudspeakers, or just yelling in general. So that won't be in the case. Again, this is
It's not a flag.
where we have the right, we have the freedom
Where's this at?
to assemble and make our voices heard.
New York.
This is the inevitable result of
Hey,
what happens.
those shits are gonna be super fucking lit. That's good. I infused both pieces of bread, and once the burgers get done melting, I'm gonna layer the top of the bread.
Oh my god.
Number 7.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Paranormal Vibes. In this video, the owner of this doll is doing a stream talking about when they move that they would like to find this doll a new home, a good home per se, because they don't plan on taking her with them. And it's when they say this that the doll then turns its head to look at the person filming it. Now, I'm sure some will say this is faked with fishing line, but realistically, how? The way the doll turns its head, I don't see it. But then again, all kinds of things are possible. Maybe the doll is animated, and this is one of the things it does with dying batteries, although the people's reaction to it would say otherwise. I'll let you guys be the judge of whether this is real or fake. To me, this feels like the real deal. I know that I'm not interested in having this thing in my home, but maybe one of you are. I don't know if it's been sold yet, but good luck to the crazy son of a bitch who buys this thing, because it's got personality, that's for sure, and probably a wicked spirit attached to it. I don't know, guys, what do you think? It's creepy.
Doll when this was captured.
I'm not taking her with me when I move, so if any of you are interested in that doll, please let me know, because I don't want to keep her, but I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested. I don't... Did that
Oh my god, that's
thing just move?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? I'd like her to go to a good home. I mean, if there's somebody out there that's interested. I don't...
Her pretty face just moved towards you.
Oh my god, Heather.
Like that legitly just moved.
Oh
Did you
my
see
god.
that?
Yeah,
Clay, did you see that?
At first.
When you said you're not taking her with you, what the
my
is that?
I don't know, I just
I
heard
just
that.
heard a girl's voice.
Are you serious? That wasn't one of you?
No!
Oh my god. Oh my god,
my
she
God.
really just move?
Her face.
Oh hell.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user President Robot, and apparently this was shot on the new Samsung 24, which has a really amazing camera apparently. Not that this is a promotion for it, but as you can see, whatever was captured on screen here almost looks like a giant flying eye monster, or as some say in the comment section, an historically accurate depiction of what an angel looks like in different versions of different books of worship. I actually think this is a good representation of, I'm not mistaken, the Torah. I have to say, it's very interesting, and I've seen similar depictions of biblical creatures, or angels if you will. I know it's art, but shit, that's hard to argue with. What do you guys think? Now, I'll take the other side of the coin here. This is possibly some kind of new government surveillance drone, or let's take an even farther stretch here. It's maybe some kind of spaceship. Or maybe this divine creature acts as the eye of God, and it's watching us, and it's not happy with what it sees. Who knows? It's anyone's guess, really, at this point.
Con el mío sí se alcanza a ver bien, güey. Quítaselo.
Number 9. Number 1.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Skinfluence by Mask. The original posting of this video was brought to us by Mystery.hub, although when you go to look that up, that video is no longer on their account. So, unfortunately, once or twice we'll see the TikToker Skinfluence pop in here. You can kind of see her in the left corner. In this video, we have somebody who is on a TV newscast, and as you can see, their face starts to, essentially the term is crystallize or crystallization, where the technology they're wearing on their face to mask themselves starts to glitch, kind of like this. Some will say this is just a simplistic camera glitch, but why is the rest of the shot not pixelized like this? And on top of that, why is the producer telling them to warn her that her face is acting up? The whole thing's pretty suspicious, and it's interesting that apparently this happened a lot more when we switched from the analog to the digital broadcasting.
Certain celebrities' risk factors and make her analysis. For example, she says, it appears Britney is suffering from a major psychological disorder and that it might actually be bipolar. Could be that. The doc then predicts how much longer they'll live. Sick, I know, but I also know you want to hear what she has to say. The doc says if these people don't get help or straighten up fast, I haven't pre-read any of this. Britney won't make it to the age 30, Lindsay won't see 25, and Michael Jackson has no more than 5 years left. At the other end, Angelina's going to have a long, healthy life, and so will George Bush and Nicole Richie.
If you're not already bipolar,
I hear yelling in the booth. Are they yelling at me for the way I read that?
No, you did great.
Okay.
But if you're not,
excuse me.
I could hear Lisa yelling.
Give her a break. She didn't read it earlier. She doesn't know the story. It's okay. Just stop it. She's okay.
I could hear you. Yeah. The doctor.
Number 10. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Bigfoot Theory. And in this video, we have somebody who had a Bigfoot come up to their window and peer into their home. The person happened to be lucky enough to capture this on camera. They didn't film it, but they snapped pictures. Now, I know for a fact this is an older clip, but nonetheless, it's extremely interesting. As you can see in these pictures, this doesn't look like a costume. This looks like the real deal. The witness states that when confronted, the creature closed its eyes as if it couldn't see them, they couldn't see it. If this is real, this is most likely just a case of curiosity. What would you do in this situation? If you looked out your window and saw this thing looking into your home, how would you react? Personally, I'd scramble for my phone while having a mini heart attack.
I seen this figure by the window. I thought a bear had somehow climbed up to the window. I take a lot of wildlife pictures because they literally come up to the outside of it, like mule deer, elk, bear. Haven't seen any mountain lion, another small game. I have a few feral cats all over my property, and they aren't mine, but they hang out a lot. Anyway, I saw the top of the head, and that caught my attention. It moved closer, and I seen its eyes, and were freaking huge. And it scared me because bear eyes aren't that large or far apart. I always have a camera handy to get a good shot of the elk that come extremely close to the house. When I realized it wasn't a bear, fear struck me hardcore. I used a cheap Kodak Sport digital camera for taking pics, and for the most part, it makes fast action pictures and video. It was on the end of the table next to my recliner, approximately 6 feet from the window. When I pointed it at the window, it stopped and swayed and closed its eyes as if it was a child. You can't see me if my eyes are closed. Shaking and trying to video at the same time, I moved back a step and it slowly moved from one side of the window to the other. It was seriously about a 10-minute video, but it was on a 1x1 half-inch card, which had to be downloaded on my computer. It didn't make any attempt to enter the house or run away. But when I seen this figure by the window, I thought a bear had...
Number 11. This video comes from TikTok user Ashley, and in this video we have a child sitting in a room by himself when strange things start to happen. First, an old analog TV turns on, and then a Ouija board falls off the top of it. As the child notices this, he gets down on the floor near the board, and if you pay close attention to the TV, a face seems to appear in the static. Sure, you could debunk the TV by saying someone has the remote off screen, and sure, you could say that somebody maybe pulled a string which knocked down the Ouija board, but how do you explain this face that appears on the television? I don't see a VCR hooked up, so it's not like this is something that's been pre-recorded and played on the TV, but it's creepy nonetheless. Something tells me this isn't a friendly haunting. If I had to guess, this is probably a dark entity targeting this child. Maybe it's posing as his imaginary friend, or in this case, his not-so-imaginary friend. And while the kid plays with the Ouija board, we see this face appear on the TV. Now, I froze the frame here and zoomed in. This looks like a hooded figure to me, something possibly malicious. But I'll leave it up to you guys in the comment section down below. What do you think of this clip? Do you think this is legit, or do you think this is staged?
Can I leave this clap?
Number 12. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Pink Floyd Rocks. This is a video someone filmed while driving on the interstate and happened to be passing a wrecked truck. And while they're passing the wrecked truck, they happen to notice what seems to be a face in the wreckage. Now, it's possible that there's a spirit trapped in the wreckage and that we're seeing their face as this car drives by, but it's tough to see. Essentially, it'd be right in the back here, and by the time we get to this point, it's already gone. I don't think it's actually a spirit. I think this is just the case of that rare phenomenon where people see faces where they shouldn't, which is known as pareidolia. But what do you guys think? Do you see a face in the back of this truck? Or is this just somebody's pareidolia acting out? I don't trust mine at this point.
Number 13.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Buford. And what you're looking at here is a Ring camera from inside someone's home, which if you didn't know this, Ring camera doesn't just provide cameras for your front door. You can get cameras on the inside and outside your home as well through Ring. Not that I'm sponsored by Ring. I wish I was. Call me Ring. What you see here in the zoomed in magnifying bubble is what looks to be an alien peering into this person's home. More specifically, a gray. My bigger concern though is why the hell is their front door open at night? I guess they're safe with that Ring camera on, but still, he wouldn't catch me leaving my front door open at night, not in this economy. It's most likely somebody in a mask, but if it's not, it's a very interesting clip. But I'm uncertain of it, so I'll leave it up to you to decide for yourself. Do you think this is real or fake?
Number 14.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Gnome. And in this video, we have a very shaky cam that depicts what looks to be a garden gnome getting up and moving on camera. Now, granted, as shaky as this cam is, it definitely feels more legit than some of the other clips I've shown you guys over the years. But if you pay close attention, this figure does get up and move throughout the garden. You can see the gnome move positions from where it's sitting to behind that potted plant. So it makes you wonder, is this real? It's too small to be a child. So what would cause it to get up and move behind the potted plant? Unless it was alive. From the research I've put into this, gnomes fall into the category of fae. So let me ask you this. Do you think this is the real deal? Do you think this was a gnome caught on camera?
Number 15.
This video is brought to us by TikTok user Will Gardner. And in this video, this is CCTV footage from a bridge where somebody loses control of their car and then sadly loses their life in the accident. Immediately after this car crashes, we see a truck drive by. And what's on top of the truck is why I'm showing you this video. What looks to be on top of the truck would be the Grim Reaper, or some kind of hooded figure. Which, this is not set up or staged in any way. This vehicle crashes, a truck continues down its route, and this figure's spotted on the truck on a camera. I don't think this is fake. It may not be the Grim Reaper, but this is definitely something paranormal. I don't have any other explanation.
You have to see this. The Grim Reaper may have actually been caught on camera. So this video I'm about to play is coming out of El Salvador, where there have been recent reports of paranormal manifestations accompanying tragic events. Some paranormal investigators say that this was the angel of death caught on camera. Watch this. In this video, you can see the moment that a driver loses control of their vehicle, crashes through a guardrail, and ends up in a ravine. The accident resulted in the death of the driver. Now this is the strange part. Moments after the car crashes, a truck passes by, and on this truck, you can see a dark humanoid figure standing and seemingly observing the car crash. Paranormal investigator Cesar Saget believes that this was the angel of death, who is cited in parts of the Bible, and who he says is responsible for transporting souls to the spiritual world.
Number 16. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Joe_GilesPie_the_great. And in this video, that light source is a supposed UFO, which, if it is, that's quite interesting. I've never seen a ship exactly like this that disperses light and is possibly also made of light energy. Now, it's very possible that this is just some kind of editing trick or some kind of CGI rendered into this clip. But on the other hand, if it is legit, it could be these are fourth dimension beings, maybe even fifth. This one's rather tough to debunk. We can't blame it on a weather balloon or maybe some kind of light source like Aurora Borealis. I really don't have an explanation for this one. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Number 17. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Kara_Only1. And in this video, we have a supposed chupacabra sighting captured on camera. Now, for me, this looks just a little too CGI, sci-fi, budget movie monster effect. A normal, rational person stumbling across this on their porch or back patio would not stand here and film it. They'd take off running and screaming. If this thing was the chupacabra, I don't think it would just do one jump slash. I think this thing would have pinned them down and sucked their blood, because that's what they do. They suck the blood of goats. The name El Chupacabra translates to the goat sucker. But no, I don't think this is El Chupacabra. I think this is just a poorly CGI'd demon. What do you think? Comment down below. Number 18. This video comes from TikTok user Life is Beautiful and Scary. And in this video, we have a clip from a Facebook live stream where somebody was sitting in their backyard and they happened to capture this large gray creature, which kind of looks like the Dogman on camera. According to the text on screen, this figure's nickname is Blue, but I've never heard that before. Regardless, they have not been able to recreate or repurpose this image since it was captured, and it's so blurry it's hard to tell what it is, but it's definitely something. And you can see how tall it is compared to the light pole in the backyard. This thing had to be at least 6 feet tall, so what do you guys think? Was this somebody in a costume? Was this an actual sighting of a Dogman? Or were we just falling for an optical illusion? Personally, I don't know. There's a lot of strange things in Florida, but I've never heard of a Dogman living there. I froze and zoomed in and then circled it. You can definitely see the shape of a figure, its back. You can even make out the right arm. It has long, fluffy hair, possibly like a mane. Could be the Dogman. Could also be somebody in a werewolf costume.
That's my backyard. I'm zoomed in a little piece. This is the exact spot that I just...
Number 19. This video is brought to us by TikTok user El Kukui. And in this video, we have somebody who was in the National Suicide Forest of Japan when they happened to film somebody standing behind them who instantly teleports right behind them. Now, unfortunately, it's super zoomed in and it's a super short clip. Now, it is very interesting. However, it doesn't guarantee it's real. My issue is it's super short. And on top of that, this is like a certain trend you see with ghost videos that come from Japan. It's almost like they can just all teleport. It's a trope, unfortunately. It is very possible that he caught a ghost on camera. It's just not every ghost in this forest is going to be super malevolent, like out of The Grudge. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the most haunted places in Japan. All I'm saying is this just kind of feels staged, but I could be wrong. Regardless, this is one forest you'd never catch me in, as interesting as it is. Number 20. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Limbang. And in this video, within the yellow circle, there's supposedly a face hidden in the brush. Now you can definitely see something moving around next to the tree in the center of the circle. Now the question is, what exactly is it? It could just be somebody in a mask, but the skin almost looks gray. It's hard to explain. I can make out an eye and what looks to be a facial feature of a forehead and possibly a cheekbone. But it's tough to see because there's a leaf hanging down in front of it. I just don't really know what I'm looking at per se, but nonetheless, it's strange. What do you guys think? Can you see what I'm pointing out to you in this clip? Do you think that this is possibly a creature of some kind, or maybe it's an animal? It could also be a person in a mask. Unfortunately, without enough context, location, or lore on this, we really don't know what we're looking at here. It could be one of those Peruvian aliens for all we know. You know, the ones that attacked Peru last summer. But yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I definitely see something. What do you guys think it is? Let me know in the comment section down below, and we'll discuss this mystery together.
Benar guys. Apa benar? Benar guys.
Number 21. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Joanne Brown, and this is an old clip. I mean, really old, like pre-2010 old. I want to say like 2008, but I could be wrong on that. It's short, sweet, and to the point. Girl's holding a doll. Doll turns its head and then its body towards her. She realizes it moved. She screams and throws it. I think it's legit. I mean, yeah, it could be disproved, but just the way it moves, I don't think it's fake. But as always, if you do think it's fake and you disagree with my opinion, please comment down below and share yours so I can see your point of view. Number 22. This video is brought to us by TikTok user P_G_stories_official. So in this video, we have a young girl in front of a camera in what seems to be some kind of studio, maybe like a downstairs dance studio of some kind, but a room with a lot of mirrors, as you can see. And she's getting ready to show off this, I'm guessing it's some kind of board is what it looks like in her hand, when she accidentally captures something quite interesting on camera. So she's doing a little introduction here. She's telling us what she's going to do. She's getting ready to set up this board. It's when she steps away and starts using the product, that's when things get strange. Pay attention to the left-hand side. As she bends down to set the board, you see something come into camera here, which is like a floating shadow. It's almost like the top half of somebody. And when she sees it, it's enough to scare her, and she takes off. That is a look of fear in her face. Personally, I don't think this is edited. I think she accidentally captured a ghost on camera. It's not too out there. It's literally a floating silhouette of possibly someone's head and shoulders. It's not a full body. It's not someone else in the room. Something just literally floats in the scene and it disappears.
Hi, it's Kelly. I haven't been down here in a really long time, like a month or two. After what happened, I couldn't come down here. So, but my family's come down here a lot, and so has my brother, and they say they've seen nothing, and my brother I made him look through every single room and everywhere, and there's nothing here, and I need to finish this video, so I'm doing it. So, this is a turning board, and I'm going to... Mom, is that? Why is this door opening? Hello?
Number 23. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Lifting the Veil. And in this video, we have somebody at night who spots something bipedal out for a midnight stroll. Now, at first thought, maybe it's a Sasquatch. Although claims say that it's the dog man, it's too hard to tell from this distance. Whatever it is, the people who spot it take a shot at it. They don't hit it, but it's enough to spook whatever this is and have it run off. It's very possible this is just somebody in a suit or some kind of costume, but although it is not hard to fake, there's no guarantee it is fake. I'm on the fence on this one. I'm more likely going to say no. It's just a little too convenient whenever this is to happen to be walking on the property line right outside the woods. To me, that's just a red flag. If it walks like a human in a dogman suit, and it runs like a human in a dogman suit when it's shot at, it's probably a human in a dogman suit. But that's just my opinion. What's yours?
Fuck is, I told y'all there was something fucking out here.
Holy shit.
Shoot that motherfucker, dude.
You gotta get open.
Hit him. Hit that motherfucker. Dude, I think you fucking missed it.
Number 24. This video is brought to us by TikTok user Cryptid University. And honestly, out of everything I've shown you, I feel like this is some of the best evidence ever captured if it is real. Now, supposedly we have somebody using an extremely high-powered camera on a spot that they claim they spotted Bigfoot. And as they zoom in on this area, you can see what very much looks like Bigfoot's face. Now, like I said, if this is legit, this is amazing footage. Now, unfortunately, it is possible that this is just somebody with a painted face squatting down in the woods. But if it's not, holy shit. It would make sense if it was real, considering Bigfoot are known to watch the environment, and they're really good at not being spotted, and this is just it hiding in its natural habitat.
It worked. The Sasquatch you see was in the shadow of this tree root, and barely visible to the naked eye. But thanks to the high sensitivity sensor on this camera, the images I was able to record were very impressive. This Sasquatch is looking down at me, likely shocked by this odd behavior I'm exhibiting. Once this last battery was spent, there was nothing else I could use to record with.
Alright, that wraps up the 2024 season. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys had a happy holiday season and have a happy new year. If you enjoyed today's content, make sure you click those buttons down below, like, share, comment, and make sure you stick around for next year. I'm a little less burnt out now, so hopefully 2025 is going to be where we kind of pick back up.